Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome to another What's update for Subnautica. The machinery update recently came out. There was one major update before that, but it was a Oculus update, so didn't really mean much for us, unless you've got an Oculus. But this machinery update, as you might expect from the name, does a bunch of things to change around machinery. Doesn't really add a lot of new stuff, except the map scanner room here. But it does change the way power generators work, except the solar panels. Previously, they just kind of had untextured models and didn't really function great. But now, they've changed them so that two of them are interior-based constructions, the nuclear reactor and the bioreactor. And they've also added a model for the thermal reactor, which was the only one that really worked as intended previously. So let's build this nuclear reactor. Alright, pretty fancy looking. Obviously we need to make fuel for it out of uranium, and I think we need lead too to make fuel rods. What do we need for the map scanner room? Enameled glass, titanium, and computer chips. I should have all of that kicking around. So yeah, we're going to have to go out and get some uranium to power our nuclear generator. Now this is all stuff you've seen before. Let's see. Over here is the bioreactor. It's not great for generating power. It's pretty slow, but you can literally just throw anything organic in there and it will use it as a power supply, including these fruit. So, you know, it's slow power, but it's reliable power. You can even throw fish and, like, eggs in there to power it. So let's top up our meters here. Hanging fruit is still overpowered. I really only need one of these trees, but I thought I'd grow a bunch of them to use them as batteries. Alright. So let's grab the stuff for the scanner room, which was 2 computer chips and enameled glass, and let me check what the other one was. Oh yeah, I got everything. So we'll build that when we get back, because it's probably going to use up some power, and we're going to need the nuclear reactor to power that. And let's head out and find some uranium. I think there's some nearby.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, I think I saw some down the cliff from where my observatory is. I actually thought this was part of the void, but no, this actually leads into more Kush stone. Actually, that looks like some not uranium, but uranite, I believe it's called, or uraniite. Uraninite crystal. And we need a couple of those to make a proper piece of uranium. Is there any more around here? There's some magnetite. Actually, I think there's some right there. I guess magnetite spawns outside of the mountain zone now, which means you don't have to deal with the Reaper. I think I actually have some. Oh no, there's 3 pieces right there. So now, we should be able to make a fuel rod to pop into the reactor. Oop, I hit that ghost building. They've also changed the way that some of the modules for the subs work. Basically, instead of having to build a bunch of these pressure compensators, you can now actually just upgrade one to make it way better. So I could take this out and upgrade it to a Mark III, but it does use a lot of resources, and you still have the option to build a bunch of shitty ones. But it's nice because now you can actually make use of some of the other modules. And they have a similar system for the Cyclops. You can also upgrade the depth thing for the Cyclops. Alright, so we're going to build some power cores, which would be under resources. Build some uranium. You can also still find uranium in some of the deeper areas. And uranium, lead, and titanium to make a reactor rod. Let's try jamming it in there and see if it starts generating power. I guess it's working. Doesn't really look like it's doing anything, but I do wish that these panels that they added actually kind of gave you an idea of how much power it's generating, you know, and how much fuel is left. But that'll probably come later. So it looks like it's generating at a pretty decent rate. I assume if I had 4 cores in there instead of 1, it would be a lot faster. So let's build this map room. Oh shit, I ran out of titanium. I had just enough, and then I built that rod. Alright. Titanium is... Jeez. Space isn't even very big, and I keep getting lost in it. Titanium should be in here. Grab a couple of those, because there's something else we need to make. Don't worry, we will be getting out and actually doing some adventuring, too. Especially because they added a new creature, which is something they haven't done in a while. Alright, so this is the map scanner room. You can see it comes with these little camera drones. Which is kind of neat, but I think they have a maximum range of 500 meters. Send it down into this abyss. So you can see here, it sort of maps the terrain, and you can use it to show off resources. Let's do uranite crystal. Also got some upgrades, and I don't know what this is. It's a blank panel. So what can we build? A HUD chip, a camera drone, scanner room range upgrade, and a speed upgrade. Okay, so that's how quickly it determines if there's resources nearby. So I guess these little red areas are the things it's picking up. I wish it showed our base on here. I'm not completely certain where I am. I guess that would be these 2 green things? It would also be nice if maybe this thing was a little bigger. We'll leave that scan. We'll come check it on the way back. Alright, so the other thing they've changed is the Cyclops. They've upgraded it to actually be kind of useful. Because before, it was just a really big drain on your power cells. And it didn't really do anything special. They've increased the minimum, or rather the standard amount of depth it can take. It used to only go to like 200 meters before it would start getting crushed. Now it goes to 500 by default, and you can upgrade it to a really high amount. Oh, actually, we're gonna grab some materials before we head out, because I also want to put down some thermal generators while we're out there. Scoot down here. Maybe they'll eventually add an animation for you sliding down the ladders. Apparently this game is pretty close to 1.0 release, which is kind of crazy because there's still a lot of stuff missing from this, like most of the story. But it sounds like they want to launch for like July or August. What kind of materials do I need? Titanium ingot, magnetite, lubricant. Alright, got all that. Grab 2 of those, 2 of those, and 2 magnetite each. Magnetite. Did I grab some mercury ore? I did. They look the same. Alright, now we're ready to actually go out and find our Cyclops, which I left near some thermal vents. I guess I could have put a beacon down, but...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
It's adventure time. Alright, so you can see there's the Cyclops over there. Let's just kind of head out. See what there is to see. I don't have the shock system on my Seamouth right now, but I do have the torpedoes. So if you run into anything nasty, it can freeze it in its tracks. The torpedoes are non-lethal, though. Okay, this is the mountain right here. I think. Oh boy, yep.
Torpedoes armed.
Weird that he didn't make a noise, and also he came out of the cliff. Alright, bye. Just popped out to say hello. Also hasn't noticed me? I guess he's too busy ghosting. Alright, well, bye, Mr. Reaper. Just gonna hang out, I guess. But yeah, normally you hear them way before you see them. I wonder if they'll ever add a speed upgrade for the sub. I mean, it's pretty quick, but when you're crossing the whole map, you're like, man, I wish this thing was even quicker. It also seems like the creatures attacking your base update has been pushed way past where it was supposed to. It was supposed to be the next update instead of the machinery one, and now it looks like it's not until June-ish. The exosuit update is scheduled to be next, which will add a third vehicle for deep diving. Since they aren't adding the Lost Valley area, which is kind of the endgame area, it sounds like. That's where the story stuff will kind of go down. And where the Sea Dragon Emperor will be. There's my life pod. Looks like it hasn't drifted too far from the safe shallows yet. The only problem with the thermal generator is there really isn't a lot of heat sources for it. But it is the most reliable one because it gives you constant power and doesn't cost anything. Well, it doesn't cost anything once it's built. But, you know, unlike solar panels, it provides power all day, constantly, with no fluctuation. You just build it next to a heat source. You don't even really have to build your base too close to it, since you can use relays to transmit the power. I do hope that before final release they fix the pop-in. Because I know it's loading areas by chunks, but it kind of does that constantly. Which is why the frame rate keeps dropping like that. Because it's like, I haven't been over here since I loaded the game. So if I wanted a completely smooth video, I'd have to go all over the map before recording, just to get all the stuff to load in. Alright, now we go down. Going down, 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 down. And there she is. Pretty impressive. Though they haven't really changed anything about that, it's still just a massive submarine. So let's dock here. If I can remember where the docking bay is.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
You can see I've planted a tree in here to keep me fed. In fact, let's grab a couple of these and eat them. I thought I turned the lights off, which is something you can do now. Just trying to conserve power. It looks like the power hasn't been draining while I was gone, so that's good. They made it so you can no longer strap random solar panels and stuff to this thing, which you were never supposed to be able to, but people were mad that that changed. But I've noticed that the power efficiency is way better now than it used to be. like this power efficiency upgrade. I think it used to be like 100% improvement. Now it's 400%. And if you go down here, you can see there's my Seamoth. These lockers are actually functional now. So you can store a bunch of stuff in here. What else is new about the Cyclops? Not too much, honestly. Oh, there's the exterior cameras, which is pretty neat. If you look over here, you can actually... And you can do this while you're driving. But it does make it easier to kind of see stuff around you. And it definitely goes with the whole thing of this being a research sub. Alright. So that beeping is just the proximity sensor. It means that there's something close to the tail. Let's see, where is those smokers? Here they are. So let's get out there and put down some power plants. You can see I've got a thermometer on my HUD on the bottom left. So when that spikes up like that, it means this is a great place to put a thermal generator. Kind of pop that down there. And yeah, they certainly look a lot better than just a gray box. Though it doesn't actually look like it shows that it's working. Which is probably a downside. And then I could just use these things to send this power, you know, wherever I want to build a base. In fact, I think I have a base, yeah, over there. It might be a little far. I might just build another one down here. But that's about it for the power stuff. So I guess now we'll just head over to the new Blood Kelp 2 zone. You know, there was already a Blood Kelp zone, but they built a second one on a different part of the map, where the new creature lives. So let's make the slow trek back across, but I won't make you wait. See you on the other side. Alright, Blood Kelp spawned. It only took like 20 minutes to remember where this was. And by remember, I mean driving the damn sub all over the place, because this thing is not quick. Alright, so this is Blood Kelp zone number 2. It's a lot closer to the surface than the other one. So, around here somewhere, we should be able to find the brand new crab squid. In fact, it might be easier to find with the external camera. Crab squid? Are you down here? Not really seeing a lot of movement. Wherever that green thing is. There's a shocker over there. Now, the Cyclops is only good for 500 meters right now, and we're getting close to that. So I may just need to get out and look around if we can't find it. I say it. There's definitely more than one of them. They're just a new creature type. It doesn't help that it's night right now. I mean, we're kind of deep, so it would be dark anyway, but it'd be a little brighter. And I'm not seeing much. Let's see. 251. The Seamoth is also 500 right now, but I should be able to take it out and get a better view.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Not to mention we have the lights on this thing. Alright, so we've got some floater islands connected by these roots, which is kind of neat. Since the other kelp zone is just like a cave. Really not seeing much. There's some uranite. Oh, little glowing orb plants. This area also leads to the Lost River now, and I don't know if there's anything there yet, but it's the deepest area of the game, and both of the Blood Kelp zones will connect to it. In fact, this might lead down there.
Caution, passing safe depth.
But we can't go down there in the sub, at least not without an upgrade. However, crab squids should just be hanging around here. This may take longer than I thought. Hello? Oh, don't pop out of existence. That looks like a crab squid. It's like a squid with an exoskeleton and a sort of jelly brain. Now, I think this thing is somewhat aggressive, so it's probably going to turn on us if we get too close. So, of course, we're going to get too close. Ugh.
Torpedoes armed.
He seems to just kind of shove the submarine around. They're also seemingly a bit smaller than their original concept art. I think our vortex torpedo might have launched him somewhere. Or vaporized him? I don't know. Where did he go? Well, that's a shame. They do make a very distinct noise when they're nearby, though. Well, let's see if I can find another one. See what happens if I get out of the sub. Let's make a little first contact here. Ugh. Oh boy, he is definitely not friendly. But if it bleeds, we can kill it. Ugh. Definitely an unpleasant looking thing to be near you. But I imagine with that sound they make, it's kind of hard for them to sneak up on you. And they do seem more defensive than offensive, in that they only come after you if you're near them.
Torpedoes armed.
He seems mostly unfazed by that. Probably a little too far away. Anyhow, that's most of the stuff in the new update. Well, I guess there's one more super minor thing. Where's my Cyclops? Cyclops! Where did I park you?
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
So the waterproof locker has been in the game for a long time, and it's also just been kind of a generic box. But it's actually got a proper model now. Yeah, it's just a little storage container you can put out in the world. So that's kind of nifty, but, you know, nothing major. I think you can even put a name on it. And, yeah, that's the majority of the changes in the machinery update. So, you know, nothing too major, just kind of little stuff that's working towards polishing what's there. And, yeah, that's pretty neat. The next update, the Exo update, if that actually ends up being the next update, should be pretty major. Because the exosuit is kind of something that you're going to use to go real deep. You know, you'd put it in your Cyclops and then deploy it, like the Seamoth, and then we could tromp around on the bottom with our big mech. And drill stuff for resources too, I guess. But yeah, that's the machinery update. Pretty neat, and hopefully you'll rejoin me for the next update. Anyhow, I've been Shadefire, this is Subnautica. You folks all take care.